Hey everyone, are you feeling discouraged? Maybe you feel like you don't have enough experience, you're not old enough, or you just don't feel ready. Well, here's a powerful list of young people in the Bible whom God used mightily to fulfill His purposes, despite their youth. These stories remind us that age is not a barrier to calling or impact. Number 1. Joseph. At the tender age of about 17, Joseph, as narrated in Genesis 37-2, was a dreamer who interpreted dreams. Despite his young age, God bestowed upon him the ability to interpret dreams. This gift led Joseph into a position of power when he was sold into slavery in Egypt, and eventually became the ruler over all of Egypt. During a time of famine, he was able to use his power to save not only his family, but entire nations. In the midst of his trials, Joseph found a way to honor God. He declared, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50:20. 2. David. David, the future king of Israel, found himself face to face with the giant Goliath when he was just a teen, as recorded in 1 Samuel chapters 16-17. Despite his young age and physical stature, David had great courage and faith in God. With nothing but a sling and 5 stones, he faced the seemingly invincible giant and won. After defeating Goliath, David continued to demonstrate his faith and obedience to God. 3. Samuel. When we think of influential figures in the Old Testament, Samuel stands out as a beacon of faith and leadership, as seen in 1 Samuel chapter 3. Samuel was a child when he heard the voice of God, setting him apart for a life of service. Despite his young age, Samuel didn't shy away from his calling. Instead, he answered, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." 1 Samuel 3:10. This marked the beginning of Samuel's journey as a great prophet of Israel. 4. Jeremiah. Jeremiah's story began when he was still very young, likely a teenager or in his early 20s, as mentioned in Jeremiah chapter 1. God chose Jeremiah to be a prophet to the nations. However, Jeremiah initially felt inadequate due to his age. But God reassured him, saying, "Do not say, 'I am too young.' You must go to everyone I send you and say everything I tell you. Do not be afraid, for I am with you, and will rescue you, declares the Lord." Jeremiah 1:7-8. 5. Daniel and friends. Daniel and his 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were taken to Babylon as captives at a young age, as stated in Daniel chapter 1. They were likely teenagers when they were chosen to be advisors in the Babylonian Empire. Despite being in a pagan environment, they remained faithful to their beliefs and stood firm in their worship of the one true God. When faced with an order to bow down to a golden image, they boldly refused, stating, "We will not serve your gods, and we will not worship the golden image you have set up." Daniel 3:18. 6. Timothy. Timothy's story unfolds in the New Testament, notably in the book of Acts and several of Paul's letters, including 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, and Titus. While the exact age of Timothy isn't specified, he is referred to as a young man, indicating that he was probably a teenager or young adult when he began his ministry alongside Paul. Paul once told him, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Be an example to the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." 1 Timothy 4:12. 7. The boy with 5 loaves and 2 fish. In John chapter 6, there's an account of an event known as the miracle of the loaves and fishes. During this event, Jesus used a small offering of a young boy to feed over 5,000 people. All the boy had was 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, but it was enough for Jesus to perform this extraordinary miracle. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Also, feel free to comment below with any suggestions for future videos.